Hello everyone. Welcome to UPSC Explainer 101. Today, we'll explore Chapter 10, a general survey of socio-cultural reform movements, from Spectrum. Let's dive in. Discuss the various factors that contributed to the growth of modern nationalism in India during the British rule. Answer: colonial policies and institutions. The exploitative and discriminatory nature of British policies highlighted the need for a nationalist movement. Global influences. The spread of nationalist ideas post-French Revolution inspired Indian thinkers. Indian Renaissance. A revival of Indian culture and heritage fostered a sense of national pride. British modernization efforts, railways, telegraphs, and modern education, paradoxically, unified Indians against colonial rule. Contradictions between Indian and colonial interests. Realization that British economic interests were harming India's economy fueled nationalist sentiment. Analyze the impact of Western thought and education on Indian nationalism. Answer: introduction of modern education. Western education introduced Indians to modern political ideas like democracy and liberty. Influence of Western thinkers. European writers like Mill and Rousseau influenced Indian political thought. Role of English language. English became a medium for nationalist discourse and a tool for mobilizing people. Evaluate the role of the press and literature in shaping Indian nationalism. Answer: growth of Indian press. Newspapers and journals criticized British policies and advocated for reform and independence. Nationalist literature. Literary works in regional languages also played a crucial role in promoting nationalist ideas. Explain how socio-religious reform movements contributed to the rise of nationalism in India. Answer: reform movements. Efforts to reform social practices helped unify Indians and reject colonial stereotypes of Indian society, elevating national pride. Movements led by figures like Raja Ram Mohan Roy brought about a sense of national identity and pride. Discuss the significance of political associations before the formation of the Indian National Congress in the nationalist movement. Answer: early political associations. Bodies like the Indian Association, 1876, laid the groundwork for political engagement and voiced regional grievances. Pre-Congress campaigns focused on specific reforms and rights. These campaigns set the stage for the broader national movement that the Congress would later lead. How did the rediscovery of India's past contribute to the rise of nationalism? Answer: research by scholars. European and Indian scholars' work on India's history instilled a sense of pride and identity among Indians. Revival of culture. This rediscovery led to a cultural renaissance, countering the colonial narrative of Indian history and culture. Analyze the role of the Indian middle class in the national movement. Answer: educated middle class emerged as a result of British educational policies. They became the backbone of the national movement. Leadership in nationalist activities. This group provided leadership and direction, organizing protests and political activities. Discuss the impact of contemporary global movements on Indian nationalism. Answer: influence of global movements. Independence movements in South America, Greece, Italy, and Ireland served as inspiration for Indian leaders. Adoption of strategies. Indian nationalists adopted similar strategies, like non-violent protests and forming political associations. What were the reactionary policies of British rulers that fueled Indian nationalism? Answer: racial discrimination. Policies highlighting racial superiority of the British over Indians incited resentment. Repressive acts. Laws like the Vernacular Press Act, which curtailed freedom of the press, directly opposed the growing demand for rights and liberties. Evaluate the significance of early political associations and campaigns in shaping the Indian National Congress. Answer: foundation for political engagement. Early associations like the Indian League, 1875, fostered political consciousness among Indians. Pre-Congress campaigns. These campaigns highlighted issues like representation in governance and civil rights, setting the agenda for the broader national movement under the Congress. How did the political, administrative, and economic unification under British rule contribute to the rise of nationalism? Answer: unification of India. British policies inadvertently unified the diverse regions of India, making it easier to spread nationalist ideas. Economic exploitation. Uniform economic policies across India highlighted the exploitative nature of British rule, uniting Indians in opposition. Assess the role of socio-cultural factors in the development of Indian nationalism. Answer: cultural revival. Efforts to rediscover India's glorious past helped in developing a unified national identity. Social reform movements. movements aimed at social reforms not only improved societal conditions but also helped in building a collective Indian identity against colonial rule. What was the significance of the English language in the Indian nationalist movement? Answer: medium of communication. English served as a common language for intellectuals from different regions, facilitating the exchange of ideas. Tool for political awareness. English education exposed Indian elites to Western political thought, which influenced their understanding of liberty, equality, and nationalism. Examine the role of early nationalist leaders in shaping the Indian national movement. Answer: forging a national identity. Leaders like Dadabhai Naoroji and Surendranath Banerjee articulated the economic and political grievances of Indians, mobilizing masses. These leaders were instrumental in mobilizing public opinion and organizing the masses for political action. How did economic factors under British rule contribute to the rise of Indian nationalism? Answer: economic exploitation. The drain of wealth to Britain and the resulting economic hardships for Indians were key issues highlighted by nationalists. Development of modern economy. The introduction of railways, telegraphs, and modern industries, despite being intended for colonial exploitation, helped in the quicker dissemination of nationalist ideas. Discuss the influence of international events on Indian nationalism in the 19th and early 20th centuries. Answer: global political changes. Events like the American Civil War and the opening of the Suez Canal had significant economic and political implications for India. Inspiration from other movements. The success of nationalist movements in other parts of the world served as a model and inspiration for Indian leaders. Prelims MCQs. Who among the following European scholars contributed to the rediscovery of India's past? A. Max Muller. B. John Stuart Mill. C. Voltaire. D. Rousseau. Answer: A. Max Muller. The Ilbert Bill controversy involved which of the following? A. Imposition of import duties. B. Judicial disqualification based on race distinctions. C. Reduction in maximum age for ICS examination. D. Abolition of salt duty. Answer: B. Judicial disqualification based on race distinctions. Which of the following was not a demand of the pre-Congress political associations? A. Indianization of government service. B. Right to join volunteer corps. C. Establishment of a separate legislature of a popular character. D. Abolition of the caste system. Answer: D. Abolition of the caste system. The Bengal British India Society was founded in A. 1836, B. 1843, C. 1851, D. 1875. Answer: B. 1843. The rise of middle-class intelligentsia in India was significantly due to A. British administrative and economic innovations. B. The efforts of social reform movements. C. The influence of American Civil War. D. The rediscovery of India's past. Answer: A. British administrative and economic innovations. The campaign against the Vernacular Press Act was led by which association? A. Indian Association of Calcutta. B. Bombay Presidency Association. C. Madras Mahajan Sabha. D. Pune Sarvajanik Sabha. Answer: A. Indian Association of Calcutta. Which of the following was a significant factor in the growth of Indian nationalism? A. Western thought and education. B. Rediscovery of India's past. C. Impact of contemporary movements worldwide. D. All of the above. Answer: D. All of the above. The French Revolution primarily influenced Indian nationalism through its A. Economic policies. B. Concepts of nationalism and self-determination. C. Military strategies. D. Colonial expansions. Answer: B. Concepts of nationalism and self-determination. The Indian Renaissance contributed to nationalism by A. Promoting Western education. B. Reviving traditional Indian culture and heritage. C. Introducing modern industries. D. Supporting British economic policies. Answer: B. Reviving traditional Indian culture and heritage. The role of English education in fostering Indian nationalism included A. Diminishing the importance of traditional Indian languages. B. Providing a common platform for nationalist discourse. C. Discouraging political thought among Indians. D. Promoting British cultural superiority. Answer: B. Providing a common platform for nationalist discourse. The Vernacular Press Act was criticized by the Indian press for A. Promoting vernacular languages. B. Restricting the freedom of the press. C. Encouraging British journalism. D. Supporting Indian literature. Answer. B. Restricting the freedom of the press. The rediscovery of India's past by European and Indian scholars. A. Supported the colonial narrative of Indian history. B. Had little impact on Indian nationalism. C. Helped demolish colonial myths and boosted national confidence. D. Focused solely on India's ancient scientific achievements. Answer. C. Helped demolish colonial myths and boosted national confidence. The Ilbert Bill controversy was related to A. Judicial disqualification based on race. B. The imposition of import duties. C. The abolition of salt tax. D. Restrictions on Indian press. Answer. A judicial disqualification based on race. The Bengal British India Society was established in the year A. 1836, B. 1843, C. 1851, D. 1875. Answer. B. 1843. The main aim of the socio-religious reform movements was to A. Support British policies. B. Promote Western education. C. Remove social evils and unify Indian society. D. Focus on economic development. Answer. C. Remove social evils and unify Indian society. The impact of contemporary global movements on Indian nationalism included A. Ignoring foreign political events. B. Mimicking military strategies. C. Drawing inspiration from liberation movements worldwide. D. Establishing colonies like European powers. Answer. C. Drawing inspiration from liberation movements worldwide. The primary reason for the economic backwardness of India during British rule was A. The lack of industrialization. B. The drain of wealth to Britain. C. Overemphasis on agriculture. D. Lack of educational facilities. Answer. B. The drain of wealth to Britain. The Indian Renaissance, while promoting a revival of traditional culture, primarily served to A. Reinforce the caste system. B. Counter British cultural dominance. C. Promote Hindu religious practices. D. Encourage economic dependency on Britain. Answer. B. Counter British cultural dominance. The introduction of modern Western education in India had the unintended effect of A. Decreasing the demand for traditional Indian education. B. Increasing reliance on British administrative systems. C. Fostering a sense of Indian nationalism and political awareness. D. Diminishing the role of the Indian middle class. Answer. C. Fostering a sense of Indian nationalism and political awareness. The role of the English language in the Indian nationalist movement can be best described as A. A tool for cultural assimilation into British culture. B. A medium that bridged regional linguistic divides. C. Reducing the importance of India's vernacular languages. D. Promoting British literature over Indian literature. Answer. B. A medium that bridged regional linguistic divides. The impact of contemporary global movements on Indian nationalism was primarily A. Economic in nature, focusing on trade relations. B. Cultural, promoting Western cultural norms. C. Political, providing inspiration and strategies for liberation. D. Technological, influencing industrial development. Answer. C. Political, providing inspiration and strategies for liberation. In the context of the chapter, the Ilbert Bill controversy highlighted A. The economic exploitation of India by Britain. B. The racial and judicial discrimination in colonial policies. C. The success of Indian leaders in legislative reforms. D. The British commitment to civil liberties for Indians. Answer. B. The racial and judicial discrimination in colonial policies. Thanks for watching.